I was reminded by somebody on one of the YouTube comments. I don't think I've got the window open with them with with which one it is. So my apologies to who added the comment that when updating the R-Link, there's a bit more involved, and it's actually been a while since I've done it. So I remembered to go and check the R-Link store online. So I've gone into the actual R-Link store that is available. There we go. Try and get this thing to focus. And indeed, there was an update to the actual R-Link itself, and then the charge points was an update. So I just kind of went through it, selected yes, I want those, and then it came up with a whole bunch of information here on doing the update process. Now, I don't remember all this coming up before. It actually came up in French and then auto converted into to English, because that's popped up on top of the other kind of directions. So I wonder if there have been a few things, in fact, because this is coming up with the message not be displayed, and which I did once have this about the not finding the maps issue, which they had to replace the card. This is way in the early days. Anyway, so it is actually doing a proper full update here of the software. Downloading items, 10%, 25 minutes or so to go on our woefully slow, supposedly Sky fast broadband connection. Yeah, so this should be adding actually some other things to it, or a proper update to the system. So yeah, so now I haven't had to do that every time. Sometimes I do just plug in the card, and if there's something waiting, it just pops up. So this time I did go into the actual store just to make sure what was sitting there waiting. So anyway, we'll see what comes of it. Cool. I placed the so it loaded everything onto the card, and I've put the card back into the reader here. And yes, this is what you would normally expect, something like this. And it actually came up this time saying it may lose all the information. It's going to have to do a reboot update, and you might lose information. So that'd be a bit of a pain, losing a lot of the sat nav kind of history and all that stuff, because I do tend to use quite a lot of that. But there you go. I have once before had to reset it, like a proper reset, and it was after doing an update, and I lost the auxiliary jack. Was just grayed out, so you couldn't plug anything in just with a 3.5mm cable, which, to be fair, I have never yet done because you just use Bluetooth generally, and that works fine for audio if you're streaming audio in. So I have done that, and right enough, when I did that, I lost everything. So all the stuff that was on, and in fact quite a lot of the apps that I'd installed were then removed. That being said, I haven't actually loaded many of those. I haven't even loaded back on, so they can't have been that important, really. So this could take about 20 minutes or so, and while it's doing it, you don't want to interrupt it. If you interrupt it, then it has to start all over again. And I'm driving 150, 160 miles tomorrow, so I'd quite like to have the sat nav up and running. So I'm gonna just with my Kindle here read something while it's doing its thing. Okay. It is slowly progressing on. You can see a yellow bar coming up here. So it is slowly working its way up. Ever closer. This is taking a while though. Rebooting device in 12 seconds. There she blows. So once I did this, it was a complete unmitigated disaster. It was actually the first time I tried doing an update, and it kind of gubbed the whole SD card. I have no idea what happened. I followed the instructions to the letter, but subsequently, every update I've done has been absolutely fine. There we go. Canco processor. Canco processor. Don't know what that is. Interesting. Of course, this is basically an Android tablet. What's in here? It's a rooted form of Android underneath it. Okay, let's see what it's going to do next. Yeah, the usual blurb. We'll say yes to that. Okay. Turn off the radio. Uploading maps. Update successful. That's always a good sign. Okay, and ooh, this is a good sign. It's still got our the home marked on here, which makes me think it hasn't completely lost everything in the upgrade. Yeah, that's still on there, and yeah, that's good. Still got some favorites sitting there. So if I go into navigation, let's see if it's still got my list of destinations. Yeah, they're all still there. You see what it did there? It was on the radio earlier, and then it just bounced to the USB for the audio. It does occasionally do that. It just randomly moves from one input to another, which is always a little bit disconcerting. Now, this has been getting better. The charging points. Let's have a look and see if I go to Perth, which is where I'm going tomorrow. And yeah, look, it is getting a lot better at putting in the charging point. So this, because it used to be woeful what was here and available. So this is definitely improving. So I'll shove one of these in. That's where I'm going to be heading to tomorrow. So that is good. This is not right though. Yes, I do still want to drive there. I know what's there, and it's fine. No, I shouldn't need to, because although it says that 85 miles, got 82 on the battery, but on the route down, instead of going down to Dundee and across, I'm actually go down to here, and then I'll take that little road there that cuts across, and it drops about 10 miles off the distance, bringing it down to about 75, which is easily manageable to get down there. All right. Well, I have no idea what else has been done to this thing in the update, and that is, it would be nice if there was a kind of a list. Now, it does sometimes come up with a list telling you what it's done, but I'm not sure if there's anything there. I think that's still the same maps that I've had for a while now, if I remember rightly. I don't know, I'd have to go and check that. So I assume some of this stuff has upgraded. That 11.33, that's the software that the R-Link is running. Don't know if there's anything else here to really get any information from. Blah de blah de blah de blah. Not an awful lot there. And I think that's just going to be, yeah, just the different licenses. Full. Not bad. GPS. Look at that. Lovely. Lots of glorious satellites. All right. Oh, somebody was asking the other day about, changing the units. So here, how should distances be displayed? And whether that changes it on, no, I thought it would then change it on here. But no, it still says miles per hour. Let me try turning off. And then turning back on again. No, still miles per hour. So, interesting. So, yeah, I'm still a bit mystified if that is where you do that then. Let's go back here. So I assume that has changed it in the, if I go to the sat nav, it will have changed it how it's doing distances on here. Yes, 137 kilometers. Right, let's go back. Set units. So maybe that is not where, I don't know how you do it for there then. Because somebody had asked me, and I went on to the manual to see what it said, and that is what it seemed to be saying. So there must be some other way of changing it to kilometers, because you do have to. I mean, there's a legal requirement when you're. I thought it was when you're in other parts of the. If I was going to Europe, that is showing kilometers, or that at least you know at somewhere where it's showing you kilometers per hour. So, bit of a mystery, that is. Automatic. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Well, I think that's enough. But it just shows you how I don't really see anything much that's different here, I must admit. Just all looks pretty similar to what was there before. However, if it runs a bit more smoothly, that's always a benefit. Yeah, bit of a mystery that about the speedometer. So if anyone knows how you change that from miles per hour to kilometers per hour, do add it to the comments. I'm intrigued and would like to know, and I suspect other people would like to know how that works as well. All right, that's enough from me for today. Cheerio now. Bye.